You ready?
Yeah, let's do this thing.
Okay.
Hola.
Hello and welcome. This is the Nickolas Natali Show. I am your host, Nickolas Natali. We have a very special guest today, Connie Chiarelli.
That was almost perfect.
Chiarelli.
Chiarelli. Say it with me. Chiarelli.
Chiarelli.
Chiarelli, there you go.
Chiarelli. Chiarelli. Man. What is that? I feel like I'm trying to think of what rhymes with Chiarelli.
Nothing.
Jelly?
Nothing. No.
Belly? Connie Chiarelli belly?
Okay. We're off to a good start.
Yeah, we're killing it. When I first read your last name, I was like, you got to be Italian, for sure. And then upon further investigation, you are for sure Italian.
A little bit.
Yeah. Do you have... Did you grow up with the cliche loud Italian family?
No, because Chiarelli was my married name.
Oh.
And my maiden name is Kurtz.
Oh my gosh.
So
are you... But you are Italian,
I am
though.
Italian, yeah.
What is that?
But it was like a little bit of, my dad was half Italian and half German. My mom was all Italian. So we got his name. So when I got married, I married that man because I really liked that name, Chiarelli. I wanted to be Connie Chiarelli. That's why I married him.
Yeah. Oh, just for the name.
Just for the name. And I kept it. I think it's great. So, you know.
It rolls off the tongue.
It does, doesn't it?
It's the perfect.
You know what else rolls off the tongue? What? Oh, no, I probably can't say that on this show. Never mind.
Go ahead. I dare you. I dare you.
Some other choice Italian words, but they're more like hand gestures, so I don't know.
Yeah. I feel you.
Goes well with Chiarelli.
I feel like every picture I saw of you and your family, though, was very close-knit, you know? Are you close-knit?
You know, it depends on which family members you're talking about, because you know how Italians are. Somebody gets mad at you.
You don't talk to them forever.
Yeah, you go 7 years without talking to that person. Then you see them at a family reunion and everybody acts like nothing happened. But for the most part, yes, there are certain people in the family that I'm super close to, and some of them that are out there, you know, kind of floating. But I have some friends that I would call family that I'm really close to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll let you name one. You get one shout out.
One shout out.
You get one shout out right now.
To a friend who is like a family member.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of pressure for one.
I know. My God.
All right, fine. You don't have to rank them. You don't have
Let
to
me
prioritize
think about that
them.
for a couple seconds.
We'll come back to it.
Okay.
So you're born in Detroit, Michigan, but it seems like you grew up near Pennsylvania?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Go Steelers.
Yeah. That's why I meant Pittsburgh, not Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Well,
Swap
Pittsburgh
those.
is in Pennsylvania, so you're okay there.
I guess you can't grow up. You can grow up near Pennsylvania. You can grow up near an entire state.
or it could just be in it,
Yeah.
because Pittsburgh is in it. So
Right.
yeah, it's the east side of the state. So I'm way across the state from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Grew up there from the age of I think I was 6 when we moved to Pittsburgh.
Dang.
And then came out to California about 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's very new.
Yeah, it is new, right?
And it seems like a lot happened to shoot it over. Okay, before I ask why you moved,
Okay.
I'm going to ask, why did you move to San Diego and not straight to LA?
Oh, because the dart landed on San Diego.
No, you did not throw a dart.
Oh, I absolutely did.
You really threw a dart?
I totally threw a dart.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was
not even metaphorical.
No, I'm not even metaphorical.
Gosh.
I'm going to leave Pennsylvania. I'm going to leave Pittsburgh. There were some things happening, and I knew I needed to make a change.
Yeah.
Like, where should I go? Because I have family in Vegas. I have family in California. I have family in Arizona.
Right.
So I threw a dart, landed on San Diego.
Oh my gosh.
Got on a plane and came out and checked it out and drove to all of those places and decided this was probably the best place.
Yeah. And then you just stuck around.
Here I am.
Oh my gosh. All right. Backtrack a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So did something stir the move? Did you always have acting in your noggin? Because I saw there were some events that could have led up to it. Some life events.
Well, for sure, some life events precipitated the event, but I've been
contemplating
an actor since I was born.
Okay.
Did that as a kid and all of that. And I did it on the East Coast.
Oh.
It's just that some things, the universe starts to put things in place for you.
Yeah.
And there were all these signals that were happening, and my ex-husband passed away, and I knew my corporate job was kind of coming to an end. I was going to have to make some decisions.
Yeah.
And there were some other things that were stirring, and I felt like a birthing. It's a very strange thing, but I knew it was time to move.
Yeah.
I just knew it. So I did it. I mean, it felt like the right time, and I'm like, how do I want to spend the second half of my life?
Yeah.
Let's try something different. Let's go to the West Coast and see what happens.
And you have 2 kids. Were they on board?
They were.
Okay.
Yeah. They were on board, and then they moved back east.
They're on board for a bit. Half a second.
Half a second. They finished school out here,
Yeah.
and they like the seasonal stuff, and I don't.
Oh, I don't like the seasonal stuff.
No,
either.
it's not good.
No.
No.
I don't want to have to put on 3 jackets.
I don't want to spend 3 hours digging my car out of the snow
Yeah.
before I get to work.
Yeah. I've seen the photos where somebody opens their door and it's like the door is
Those are my
snow.
photos.
Oh, yeah. No, I
It's
can't
terrible.
do it.
No, I don't want to do it. So there's challenges living here.
Right.
You know, of course. It's expensive. They don't really want you in this state, but
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
You can't force me out of here.
I know, right? I don't know. There's just things about it. I love the people I've met here.
Yeah.
I've built a life here. Can't say I'll be here forever. Who knows?
What?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I'm a bit of a gypsy.
You literally just talked about California for like 5 minutes, and then you're like, I might not say though.
No, I don't know. The state is difficult, and you know, the platforms we have in this industry now,
Yeah.
with live streaming and auditioning and all of that stuff, you can really live anywhere.
That's true.
So I don't know. We'll see. I'm here for now.
For now.
You okay with that?
For now. I'm all right with it. I could see you making your way out to Vegas. I feel like that would be.
Oh, that would never happen.
No?
No.
Well, I just think because you have family there, and that seems like there is probably some industry stuff there.
There's no industry stuff there.
What?
I have a really good friend who's an actress who I met on my first California production, or she lives there, and she lived in LA, and they moved there, and she gets no work. There's almost no productions happening there. It's very, very slim, which stinks because she's a great actress.
But now she's stuck there.
Now she's stuck there.
Okay, well then where would you go?
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I have to think about that.
Okay.
It would have to have sun, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
West Coast. Probably just keep on the West Coast. You could just stay here. That's fine.
I'll just stay
That's
here.
fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I got one more question about the move before we move
Okay.
on in conversation. Did your house caught on fire? Was that here or was that on the East Coast?
I did not have a house catch on fire.
Are you kidding me?
My sister did.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like I saw a photo where it was like we're escaping the fires.
Oh, that was California.
Okay.
That was the 2000 and I forget what year it was when San Marcos and the fire came up to Cal State.
I think I remember this. Is that 2017-ish?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe even a little bit earlier than that. But it literally raced up to the edge of our plan and we did evacuate.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
Yeah, were you freaking?
A little bit.
Just a tad?
Just a tad, because there was a line to get out of the plan and nobody was moving, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't know what you're doing. I was grabbing the dog and my son was grabbing weird stuff, like in a panic.
Yeah.
Like he grabbed my bra.
Oh, man.
And,
Boy, you're going to need it.
It was just like odd things.
Mom,
like,
I got your bra.
like, I was like looking for passports and he was getting like really weird stuff. I don't know. So.
Stuffing his pockets full of your earrings, you know, all the string cheese.
Yeah. But everything survived. I mean, we thought the place burned down, but they got it really right at the edge of that complex. So, no, we were spared that, thank God.
Okay.
That's the one thing I hate about this state, man.
What?
Fires.
Oh, we get one once every...
No.
We haven't had okay, that was like a season that was really strong.
There was fires last year. I mean, they're bad. Malibu burned down.
Oh, you're so right. Oh my gosh.
Did you forget
Yeah, I
that
did
giant one
forget.
that displaced like 4 million people?
Yeah. So what are you going to do? I mean, we can't do anything about that.
It's like either I go back east and I deal with blizzards and floods
snowstorm.
and snow, or I deal with the occasional
Forest
inferno.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Everybody loves firefighters, so...
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I think giving them a chance to see them is not bad.
There's that silver lining. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe start a little house fire to just get a
little company in the COVID world.
A little fireman on the way. All right. So you've always been an actor, and then you came out here. What about acting in particular strikes you? And that's we'll start there because I've tried to find a common piece in every actor that I've met of why. Like, what is their why? Because I don't know. Like, why do we do the things that we do?
That is such a good question. And I think people that are born with that gene don't necessarily know why. It is an internal compass that it's part of your DNA. It's like, I don't know why I was born an Italian female. True. It just is.
Yeah.
Same thing with the acting. It's some people make that decision to go into it, and some people are just born with that in them. And I'm one of those people. I just have to do it. Yeah. I don't even necessarily know. I just love it. It's what fulfills me for sure.
It's when you feel most alive, do you think?
100%.
Wow.
100%. If I'm on a set, I am optimally functional.
You're living.
I'm living. I don't even care if I'm serving coffee on that set.
You're just happy to be there.
Just happy to be there.
I feel that way too.
Totally.
So I think that's
100%.
I think that's it. The other thing I've seen some common ground in this, but I don't think it's true for everybody. At least it's not true for me. Growing up, were you the center of attention kind of person? Like not even in like a look at me kind of way, just like.
No, my middle sister was.
Oh, really?
She was the boss. She was the person who was the loudest living person in the house.
Oh, gosh.
It's a middle child thing. I'm a youngest. She was a middle. And so she really was the one
fighting for the spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you just got it. You just got it because you were the youngest. You know what I mean? Like, it's given that way.
Maybe. I think there is a birth order thing, you know? So I think the third child thing about being a little bit protected or spoiled, there's some truth to that for sure. Yeah. But I was not the attention-seeking one.
Okay.
Not till more recently.
What?
Hire me.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's part of the job. Ugh.
Yeah.
The sad part of the job, at least.
Yeah, it's a weird part.
Yeah.
Some people thrive on that. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily.
Yeah, self-promotion is difficult for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm not the first person to go with a live, an Instagram live.
The live stream.
No, I'm not doing that. I don't really like Facebook. I do like Instagram. I love my Instagram, but it's it's an evil necessity.
But like, I mean, even just like in a conversation type thing, like, have you ever been in a conversation where you can do the job for somebody, but you don't? Like, you can't be like, oh, I've done that so many times, blah, 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 blah. These are all my credentials that make me an adequate fit for that. I can't do that. Well, I mean, I could. Like, I can, technically, but if it's in like a generic...
Give me an example.
An example would be like, for example, I went to a burger place the other day, and this guy needed a website. I make websites, but I'm not the first one to be like, oh, dude, I'll make that for you. I'm qualified and I can do it for you. You know what I mean? So if like an acting thing came up, would you be like, right here, right?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Okay. Okay.
Not because of any self-promotion, just because I really want to work so bad.
Yeah.
It's so, I'll be the dead body if you need one.
Oh, yeah. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, it's fun. Make me be the... the corpse in the background. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm there for it.
And why couldn't, from what the example you just gave, instead of looking at it as self-promotion, you could just say to yourself, hey, you know what? Do you need some help with that website?
Yeah.
I
could do it.
How could I support you with that?
Yeah. I think it's a separation of things, though. Because I think on the acting side, I'd probably jump on it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a separation of, like... Because like the day job stuff, I most of the time feels like almost as a chore.
I know.
It's something that you have to do to get to do the things that you want to do.
That's 100% true.
So
for most of us, for 90% of us, and I take comfort in knowing that everybody else has that struggle. There are very few of us sustaining ourselves with that.
Yeah.
You've got to have every hustle
around.
Yeah, you've got to have it going so it can support. Look, if I want to make a film.
I take 3 months off.
Who's going to pay for it? Me.
Yeah.
I got to pay for it. How am I going to do that? I got to work all these side hustles in my day job and grind through it.
I wanted to ask you, have you had any, what's been the most interesting side gig you've used to?
The most interesting? I don't know that any of them are interesting.
Or
But
just like, I mean, like the grind aspect of it. Like,
listen, let me tell you this.
tell me.
Nothing is beneath me. Well, there might be one or two things beneath me, but listen,
But
I
definitely
mean,
not a list.
the drive is the drive is the drive. If I have a goal,
Yeah.
I'll do whatever it takes to get there. I
Yeah.
really don't have a lot of pride.
Yeah. Well, that's, I mean,
You know, so
that's a lot if you want to get something done, you know?
For sure. So it's not fun. I mean, I am doing many side jobs right now. You know, I have some caregiving that I do. I
Yeah.
have my regular gig. I have some other gigs that just keep it all going.
And you look for flexibility, right? Like that's the biggest thing in schedule, because
right?
that's the
Right.
thing about this acting thing is, oh, I got to be there in 2 hours. Great.
Right. Oh, by the way, my agent's on the line. She needs me to go to LA
Yeah.
in 2 hours.
Yeah. Takes me 2
Okay.
hours and 5 minutes to get there. You better stall.
Exactly. So that means I need that flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to sacrifice a little bit. I'm not super thrilled about
Yeah.
all of the hustle,
Yeah.
but
That's what you got to do.
it ain't beneath me.
Nice.
You know? Yeah.
So then, oh man, I don't know which way I want to take this. I got one more question about the family.
Okay.
So you have two kids, and in that circumstance, like in the scenario where we have to drop everything and go, how's been the balance of that? Because I think about that often about my future, in regards to like balancing family, and then you have to have a day job to support this until acting is the thing.
Right.
But acting is also so spontaneous.
Yeah.
To where it's
Yeah.
like, because another example, you and I were probably both at that workshop, and the lady said, I don't miss any auditions for anything.
Yeah.
Like she'll cancel family vacations, but I'm like, for your case, your son played football. If your son has a football game and your agent says you got to be at an audition in 20 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. So that's a really good question. And the fortunate thing for me is that my kids are grown.
Yeah.
They're 25 and 21, so I'm not in that predicament anymore. But when I was, I'm the CEO of my life, of my career, of everything. I make the decisions. So I would weigh everything really calculated.
Yeah.
If I have a really big audition and I'm going to miss a game, I have to decide, you know, which is more important?
Yeah.
You know, and I was at every one of my kids' games. That was most important.
Yeah.
You know, and listen, you can offer solutions to your agent. Can you buy me an extra 2 hours? Can I get in there on the weekend? Can I do a self-tape? You know, there's ways around that. But ultimately, you know, family's first.
Family's got to be first.
Family's first.
No matter what.
No matter what.
I want to hear your take on, I want to know the most demanding role that you've played.
Most demanding.
Yeah, considering that you're willing to do anything for any goal.
The most demanding in terms of like preparation or physicality or
I was thinking emotional preparedness.
emotional preparation. That's a good question. I would say honestly, probably my WOMAS film that I did.
Your woe mask?
My WOMAS, my Women Making a Scene
Yeah.
film that I did for the competition.
Mm-hmm.
The character that I played in that was based on an autobiography of a woman who was the victim of Romeo fraud, and it's a pretty tragic story. And I
Yeah.
was playing her. She asked me to play her.
Right.
And the book is actually the person that defrauded her was my actual cousin.
Oh gosh.
So I mean, there was a lot of connectivity between the story and my family and
Yeah.
what she went through, and putting myself in her shoes, even for that very short film, was not really easy because she was a pretty tortured, devastated
Soul.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the contrary to my nature, which is strong and
I'll take it on.
absolutely. So I had to downplay and be really emotionally vulnerable, and I don't want to say pathetic, but easily snowed and taken in the moment, and that was kind of challenging, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you reach those places? What'd you do?
I read the book a lot of times.
Yeah.
I did my own research. And then there's that thing in acting that we talk about, the what if and the daydream.
Yeah.
And you have to cognitively put yourself into a state of real discipline to let yourself dream all about that. And it's a discipline because you have to force yourself to do that. And it's not easy because my mind wanders.
Yeah.
So it's challenging. But
To lock in.
Yeah.
I want to know if this happens to you, because like even in some of the improvs that we've done, like if somebody has died and like reaching the place of like feeling that somebody you're close to has died, I feel like now I can get to those places a lot quicker. Does that happen to you?
That's interesting. Yeah, it is. I think, no, you're right. Like over time, the more you just allow that and accept that, it does get easier.
Yeah.
Like you stop questioning and doing the analytical part of all the whys and just
like the empathy part is there, and then also I think like somebody asked me the other day, like, what would you do if I died? And I instantly like felt all of those things that I had pretended, or not pretended, but like lived through. And I'm like, wow, why is this question hitting me so hard? But now it's instant. So I want to know if any of your roles have like kind of become a part of
100%. The training is so evident in my life that I have been twice disciplined at work for being reactive in the past 6 months, where I used to be way better at letting things roll off my back and managing my emotional life. And I've become very reactionary with people. And I've gotten disciplined at work about...
That's hilarious.
So I see that the training has permeated the other side of my life, and usually it's like the other side is permeated your acting, and it's going the other way, and I'm like, yes.
Oh, you love it. You like that.
I'm loving that the teaching and the training that I've had is really becoming embedded. It's become part of who I am. Yeah. Which is probably not a good thing.
I'm falling in the same category, because I think... Right? Because, like, now in my head, when something happens, there's two parts of me that's just like, oh, go off. And then there's the other part of me is like, you're not in acting class. you know?
Yeah, right? It's the truth. So my boss takes me out and she goes, I just have to let you know that we're concerned because, you've been pretty feisty on some of these calls. And, I'm thinking to myself,
nice.
Yes. You're welcome.
You're like, so you think I've been playing off of them pretty well?
Oh my gosh. In the moment, what you see, what you feel, you like or don't like what's happening to you in the moment. Yeah. There it is.
And then you
boom.
Go from there. Since you've been acting, and also since you've been coaching acting, have you been able to read people easier in your day-to-day life? That's something I'm really curious about, because when you're on stage, you're looking at someone, and I feel like I'm looking for the micro expressions, like those little smirks of the lips or whatever to tell. But do you see stuff like that?
100%, especially since I coach.
Yeah.
I've been coaching the last year and a half, 2 years, all the time. I mean, body language and how information hits us in our body and what manifest. I notice all of it. It's the same way I watch a movie, and if something strikes me in the background that has distracted me, it's just a whole nother level of the way I'm viewing and receiving information. Same thing with people. Absolutely.
That's hilarious. My girlfriend was watching a show, and this made me pretty pumped. She was watching a show, and I heard these two really fake laughs come from her show, and I wasn't even seeing it. I was like, was that real? Like, can you go back and watch that? She was like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking how bad of acting that was. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, why did they keep that part? And two, like, it's almost like you can smell.
It's distracting,
yeah, you can smell fake though too.
Takes you right out of the story, takes you out of everything. And it's you see so much of it on network TV. Yeah. Like I frequently I see bad acting. I'm like, ooh, I can't. Ooh, it's so bad. It makes me mad because there's so much good, talented people that deserve to have a shot at some of those roles. And,
So I'm curious if I'm thinking the exact same thing you're thinking, because I feel like I'm starting to get to know really talented actors who are in the same boat. Do you think it's talent, or do you think it's connections? that that
for-
propels a career, or which comes first?
Well, for certain, it's who you know in that world.
Yeah.
And, you know, who's getting the pilots. And yeah, it's definitely who you know. But I will say things are changing. Platforms, with all of the platforms that are available now, the landscape is changing. And with Hollywood being kind of shut down right now, I think it's really going to have a lasting impact. I don't know that it's ever going to quite go back to the way it was. But I think there's been some changes, you know,
Recently
happening.
Do you think it's because of the self-tape thing? The era of self-tape?
Combination of all of it, you know, the movements that have been happening,
Yeah.
the loosening of who controls everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people with, I mean, there's a lot of, I can turn on Amazon and watch a show and see 20 people I've never heard of or seen before.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's more opportunities. That's a good thing.
There is more content being created. Yeah.
Totally, 100%. I find that encouraging. Gives my old ass hope,
A shot.
you know? I'm going to be
my
doing this
gosh.
till I'm 90, so I'm like, yeah,
Hopefully.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's the great thing about acting. I feel
Right?
like I've thought about, like, if I were to step away and do something else for 10 years,
Uh-huh.
I could come back and there's still roles for my age. you know?
100% agree with
There's
that.
always a dad. There's always, like, the
There's
middle-aged
a grandpa,
businessman.
there's
yeah.
an uncle, there's a
Always.
grumpy neighbor.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me that I'm 51. I don't care. I'm 51.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow.
I am, and I'm like, this is a great time in my life. Have I achieved any level of success? No.
What?
I mean,
Stop. You really believe that?
well, I mean, in terms of have I made it to the big screen? Well, yes, but if you blinked, you probably missed me. But my point is I can be 55, 60, 65, and still have the opportunities, and it's not going to change how much I love doing it.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
frankly, the best roles in the world are out there for me right now. So
Yeah.
there's no throwing in the towel.
You can.
Nah,
You really can.
I couldn't even if I wanted to.
Yeah. So what's your dream role?
Dream role?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I played one of my dream roles in a pilot that I'm hoping gets out there one of these days, where I'm playing a congresswoman.
Oh, I saw. Yeah.
I'm very excited about that project. It does have some studio interest, so we're just
nice.
waiting for this whole COVID disaster to be over. But that's a great role. It's fun. It's a series that kind of looks at the middle of the road,
Ooh.
and we need that right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a Sarah Palin character.
Oh gosh.
I know. It's super fun. I'm really enjoying it. The
Yeah.
writing is really good, and we'll see what happens. So that's been kind of a dream role.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're living your dream role.
Yeah, sort of.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
But don't put me in a box. I also
I'm
want
not putting you
to
in a
play
box.
The Graduate.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Mrs. Robinson. I
Yeah,
could totally
yeah.
play that. Absolutely. There's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still a little bit focused on the part where you said you haven't reached any success. What would you say what acting accomplishment would you say you're most proud of then for yourself?
Oh, well, I have been fortunate enough to be in some right moment at the right time
Right.
situations,
Yeah.
and had some amazing experiences on set. But it wasn't by any of my own doing. It was just as a matter of being in the right place at the right time. I mean, when I worked back on the East Coast, I was lucky enough to work with Pittsburgh's premier casting agency, where I
wow.
did independent casting, and I
Yeah.
got onto some amazing projects.
So you really can do it anywhere. Wow.
You really can. Yeah, you really can. And I was doing casting there as well as acting. So when I got asked to stand in for Olivia Wilde on The Next 3 Days opposite Russell Crowe,
Oof.
right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I had the same hair length as
Yeah.
her at the time.
That's
and
awesome.
It was a tremendous and fantastic experience, but it wasn't any of my own doing. It was just,
So you're saying you can't pinpoint one?
no, I can't. I can't pinpoint.
You've enjoyed the ride.
Oh, 100%. I've never had a bad experience on set.
Really? No way.
I have not.
No way. Not
I've
a single one?
I've had long days, like
Yeah,
16-hour
yeah.
days for sure, but
Yeah.
bad in terms of how I was treated. No, I can't say that.
Wow. You're blessed.
I am. I 100% totally.
Have you ever had, like, I regret doing that on set? Or, like, in a take? Like,
Beauty of editing.
Yeah.
You know? But for sure, forgotten lines at pivotal moments and, yeah. But honestly, a lot of the people, especially the ones that I've worked with here in San Diego, the directors, they're forgiving, wonderful, generous people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it hasn't been bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't worked with too many, but you're right. The San Diego directors are very kind and loving to us.
Amen.
I just have this moment that I keep replaying in my head, and I don't think they remember it. Like, don't cheat. Don't be cheating.
Oh no!
Are you cheating? Looking at the questions.
No. I'm so blind, and I do not have my glasses. I couldn't read that screen if I tried.
Right. I'm just kidding. That the cast in the fire done with Tyler in Hangar B. There was this moment where so that scene where they're spraying me down with really cold water and it's raining.
Yes.
So much adrenaline.
I love that scene.
Oh my gosh. So I have so much adrenaline and we finally get it, and I feel like I said the dumbest thing right after, because I was like, yes, that is acting. Woo! And I'm like, that's a little too much. It's taking a little too far.
But that didn't make the film.
No. It didn't.
Did everybody bust out laughing?
No, they all held it in, thankfully. But
oh my God.
I just remember thinking to myself,
Yeah, but you probably couldn't have held that in if you tried.
That's right.
You know what I mean? One of those organic moments where something's going to fly out of your mouth and you can't
there it
control
goes.
it. Yeah.
I just watch it. I watch it fly away. Okay. Connie,
Yes, sir.
let's see. I'm going to ask you a fun question now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you're getting to the fun portion of
I
it.
hope I have a fun answer.
Yeah. As the podcast continues on, just the more fun it gets. So that's the format of this.
Or I get my money back?
Yeah. Full refund. So you recently posted on Facebook that you were considering letting out your decade-long Facebook crush. I'd like to make a guess.
Wow.
Actually, no, I don't want to. But that is my question.
Okay, first of all, that was my one and only post in the past 2 years, and you happen to catch that one.
Oh, I've caught plenty. That's the one I want to talk about.
Snap. So I did post, if things get any worse, I'm going to reveal my almost decade-long Facebook crush. And then something amazing happened. Things got a little better.
Oh my gosh, perspective though.
You know, so
You're holding it. You're not holding it in. Not a chance.
I cannot reveal.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You wouldn't do it for the pod?
It's back in. Mm-mm. No.
Why did you tease everybody? Why did you?
Because I thought the world might end that week, and I was like, if this is it, I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Just tell me, did you slide into the DMs at least?
No. This is so top secret.
Are you kidding me?
No, but I had so many wonderful. Did you read all the comments under there?
There's a lot of comments.
There was a lot of comments, and I love my San Diego male actor counterparts who was like, well, I've only known you for 2 years. Yippee. Sorry. Actually, there was a lot of people that commented that I didn't even know who they were.
Oh wow!
Like,
you really struck interest.
Who are you?
People wanted it.
No, that's going with me to the deathbed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know what?
But I love you. You know who you are. I love you.
I'm gonna make a stab at a few things though.
Okay.
I know at least one of your celebrity crushes is Brett Favre, for sure. Is that still on the list?
No.
No, he's off of the list?
No, Brett's off the list.
Give me your top 3.
Brett's off the list like about a decade ago.
Well, that's where I found it. I found it way in the trenches.
Yeah,
but I was like,
you must have been deep.
Well, because I wanted to know if it was the decade one. Like, I want to know if you slipped.
Yeah. Oh, no. There would be no photo of him. You will not find a photo of him.
I need to know. Is it a public figure or is it a person? Like, because I feel like I might dive in.
It is both. He is both a public figure and a person in my life. So no.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
All right.
But my number one celebrity crush is, come on, it's Tom Hardy. You know that.
Really?
I am
His traps?
pretty obsessed
with Tom. The traps will do it.
Phenomenal actor. Yeah.
He is pretty good.
He is.
Oh, so you're attracted because of his acting. I think he's probably got a nice face. He's got a little bit of everything.
He's got it all.
Yeah.
You know, and he likes dogs.
Oh, big dog girl right here.
He's a dog goer. He's tremendously talented. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my favorite actor. for sure.
Deal. All right. So now.
Okay.
We're gonna go on. You've created your own stuff.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been the, I don't know if I want to say the hardest, but because I imagine it's super fulfilling bringing something to life from scratch.
100%.
But
For
the
sure.
process seems cumbersome.
It is. But when you have people around you that believe in it and rally with you, totally different experience. So, I mean, I don't know if you've seen Slated.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a project I wrote 10 years ago, put it on a shelf.
And then it came back to life?
And it came back to life.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. It just...
How?
Because I was on a set one time. When I first came to San Diego, I was doing a 48-hour.
Mm-hmm.
And just to get to know the people in the community, I jumped on one of the teams as a background actor.
Yeah.
And I met Brooke there.
That's a good person to meet.
That's a good person. I met Michael Veritas there.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Brooke and I started talking, and I just was shooting the shit with her and told her about my pilot.
Yeah. And she was all about it?
She wrote me this lengthy email at 4 a.m.
Oh, she was stewing on it.
She was stewing.
Yeah.
And she's like, we have to do this. We have to do this. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, no, we have to make this.
That's
And I'm
crazy.
like, okay, I don't even know anybody here.
Yeah.
I barely know you.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm going to talk to some people. We have to do this. And she pulled this group together, and she got Michael on board, and she did the majority of the casting of it. And we sat down and started writing it. And, well, it was already written. We just kind of rewrote it.
Yeah.
And it all came together like the most amazing thing I've ever seen fall together.
Was that?
The location, the funding, the actors, the commitments.
Yeah. How did you fund it, first of all?
Connie's Bank of Connie.
No. Wow.
Yeah, but everything was donated. The actors donated. The
That's
cast donated. Brooke's husband donated the space. I mean, it was like all people just doing it because they got really passionate about it. And we had so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
It looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was it.
Man.
That was the thing that I'm the most proud of.
There you go.
Yeah.
We found it.
Yeah.
And now it's out in the world. Did you put it out in the world because you wanted to create it, or did you wanted to pitch it?
Oh, I definitely wanted to pitch it.
Did you?
I still want to.
I don't know how you pitch things. Like, you get in contact with a casting or a network.
It's so locked down, and there's so much content out there. So you go on the festival circuit.
Oh.
You go with any angle you can possibly get, and ultimately 90% of them end up back on the shelf.
Yeah.
But I'm totally okay with it because I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, it's good.
Super proud of it. It's a timeless concept, so
That's
it can
also
come
true.
back anytime.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to go. I've written so many episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was so fun. It was so fun. And watching everybody pitch in, people I didn't even know.
Yeah.
You know, barely knew. I was just brand new to San Diego.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a even better way to.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still tremendously close to almost all of those people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have anything on the shelf right now, or anything you're writing currently?
Oh, yeah. There's always stuff on the shelf.
Really?
Yeah, I have a really good feature that I'm you know, I mean, it's too big for me.
What
But I
does
wrote.
that mean?
Well, I don't have I don't have the funding to do a feature film. You know, it's a big film, but it doesn't stop the inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, so you write it, you do a treatment, you have somebody say, "Wow, that's really cool," and you put it up there and just wait for the right competition or screenplay. I don't know, but it's like I don't know. The creativity doesn't stop.
Yeah, because it can't.
Can't.
Like, literally, I don't think it can. Like, I think you probably would fill up with, oh my gosh.
No, I mean, I dream this stuff. I wake up with a film, and it's there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget it.
Ooh.
Because when you dream it, if you don't write it down like right away, like, whew,
It's gone.
it's gone.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
What is the I'm curious, what is the most underrated thing that you've done in your career that has helped progress you the furthest? Does that make sense? Like, what's something that you didn't think was going to have like an effect or any sort of difference that ended up happening?
Well, I didn't ever get any when I did freelance casting, I didn't go to school for that. I didn't get any, I mean, I got paid for it, but it really actually served a way bigger purpose for me than I ever really thought. I don't think that's probably making a lot of sense, but
Like getting industry knowledge or just practical experience?
Both. Like not having an experience and then going to, a Lionsgate production and being on a set and absorbing everything.
Yeah.
Was all the school that I needed.
Yeah.
So that's where I learned all the terminology. That's where I learned so much. But there's no degree with that.
Yeah.
It's the school of, doing.
Yeah, you're getting in there.
So I don't have anything to show for any of that, like that knowledge. I can't put any of that on a resume, but it's
there.
It's tremendous in terms of what it's helped.
Invaluable.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the hard thing about that stuff, though.
It is.
Like you cannot.
No, I didn't even know like back in my early films, I didn't even know I should have been collecting vouchers. I didn't know any of that. What you don't know is what you don't know.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
So did you end up finding a mentor or something, or you just kept doing and doing and doing?
Kept doing it. Yeah. So the lady that owned that agency, she's been a tremendous mentor for me.
Nice.
And continues to be, So I learned a lot from her.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm trying to think of some of the biggest mistakes I've made on a set, because I've made a handful. I've talked about the time where I've spilled a bunch of water and then pretended it wasn't me and then cleaned it up. And directors have tried to be like, what happened here? And I'm like, nothing.
You mean you...
Like I was a PA and I knocked over tons of water in the middle of a set. And
while they were rolling?
It was like right after a take, but it was still like it had to take enough time away from the production. And I was like, oh man, this is rough.
Oh man.
And they're like, what's going on here? And I'm like,
that's not as bad as the poor props guy that I saw on a film set mistakenly put a pair of glasses from the actor 2 inches from where it should have been in the previous shot. And
grabbed the wrong thing or what?
He put the glasses down on the desk in the wrong place.
Ooh.
For continuity, you can see the difference, but
I hear what you're saying. Oh my gosh.
He got reamed by the director in front of 200 people. That was so uncomfortable. So don't feel bad about that, Mark.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about that.
That's a life lesson.
Yeah, life lesson.
I just took that one away. Stay away from the waters on set is my lesson. Connie, we're roaring to the final question of this podcast.
Okay, I'm not telling you who my crush is. So.
Come on!
Ain't happening.
All right, my question is, ooh, man, I want to make sure this one is a doozy. If you had to say one thing, to a brand new actor, if you had to say one thing to you moving out here in San Diego to start your acting career, and then 5 years ago, you got to say something, and then today. What are you saying to all three of those Connies?
Okay, so the first person is... Who was the first person? Come on, I'm a little mild cognitive impairment over here. Help me out.
You just zoomed on in to San Diego.
Okay, I'm just zooming on in, and I'm telling myself, oh, well, I listened to that advice. So I told myself, zooming on into here, the first thing I had to do was find out who was in the community that I could connect to.
Yeah.
And that led me within the first couple of weeks to Andrew Benny.
Wow. First couple of weeks.
I mean, I had to find out who my people were.
Yeah.
And get connected. And he was opening his workshop. I found him on Facebook. I went to a workshop, and that was 6-7 years ago.
Dang.
So I listened to that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. 5 years down the line?
5 years from now?
No, 5 years from
5 years back. Oh, 5 years back. Save more money.
That's good advice. For films or for yourself? Or for both?
For life.
Yeah.
Put some away. I have not been a good fiduciary.
Fiduciary? What word?
I know. I'm not fiscally very responsible. I'd way rather buy shoes. So I would probably be a little bit more You know.
And tax write-off. Put them in your headshots.
But you know, when there's a premiere, I'm gonna look good.
That's right.
Yeah,
Just you wait.
I would probably, because I know that when I want to make a film, I'm like, God, how am I gonna pay for this?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So maybe that 5 years ago.
Okay. And then now today, what advice are you gonna give yourself?
Oh. Here's my advice. Connie, keep doing what you're doing. You've learned how to be the CEO of your career.
Yeah.
In terms of, I don't rely on anybody else for my parts, for my opportunities. I employ those people to assist me, but ultimately I'm doing all the work.
Yeah.
Keep doing that.
Yeah.
And those trips up and back and forth to LA,
It'll be worth it.
it's do it. It's worth it. Enjoy what you're doing. The minute you're not enjoying it, got to reevaluate. But I still enjoy those trips back and forth.
Nice.
It's part of the juice. So
Yeah. Sitting in silence the whole way there.
sitting in silence. That's right. That's right. Doing my daydreaming.
Yep. Nice. Connie, you have been fantastic. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it.
I'm thrilled that you asked me, and I appreciate the time. It's been fun. I enjoy hanging out with you.
Love it. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Peace out.